Ladies and gentlemen, I have destroyed Liverpool. Not only have I relegated them to League 2, not only have I basically bankrupted them, I have got rid of all of Liverpool's best players, and due to this, Jurgen Klopp has decided to leave the club a little earlier than expected. Even Arne Slot has decided to change his mind about being the manager at Liverpool. He's walked out too. But don't worry, Liverpool fans, I've got you guys covered, as I have taken Arne Slot's place as Liverpool's brand new manager. And not only am I going to help Liverpool climb the ladder of English football until they're back in the Premier League, I'm going to win them yet another Champions League to crown them once again the best team in the world. And just look at the state of this team as we enter season 1 with Liverpool. I wasn't joking, guys. Liverpool have been destroyed. I mean, one of their highest rated players is third choice goalkeeper Adrian, 36 years old, 70 rated. Liverpool right now really are in the bin. But one thing we've got going for us is how young this team is, because aside from Adrian, the oldest player is actually centre back Arroyo, who's 23 years old. So despite Liverpool being absolutely destroyed, we do have a chance for a fresh start, building Liverpool back up with the youth. But as you can see, we've not got much money to work with at all. 3 million in total to spend in season 1. This is because there's been certain restrictions placed on us. Whilst we're a League 2 side, we're restricted to 3 million every season. When we're a League 1 side, we're restricted to 5 mil a season. When we're a Championship team, it's 7 million a season. But when we reach the Premier League, we'll no longer have any restrictions on our budget. We're allowed to spend what the board are giving us. But to be fair, guys, I'm going to take a different approach in season 1. This 3 million isn't going to go on players this year. It's going to be going on renewing players' contracts and making sure our coaching system is top notch. The reason for this, guys, we've all seen just how young this team actually is. And with us being a League 2 side, there's never been a better opportunity for the boys in the team right now to show us what they've got and why they deserve to keep their place in that starting 11. But these 3 players won't be getting this opportunity at Liverpool this year. I will be loaning them out purely because they don't fit into the team right now. But as for the overall expectations for season 1, I'm not unrealistic, guys. I know we're probably going to get our backsides handed to us in League 2, but that's not the point of season 1. We've got some serious balls in the team, guys, like Tyler Morton, only 20 years old and 70 overall. There's also 17-year-old Ben Doak and 17-year-old Jaden Dans, who've got so much potential, and if they play well this year, they may have a serious future at Liverpool. But I'd be lying to you if I said I didn't want to finish rock bottom of the league. I think we can at least expect to finish outside the relegation zone. But I think I've slightly underestimated just how good some of these youngsters actually are. Look at some of the improvement in these players, man. Some players have gone up by 4, 5, 6, even 7 overall. And I'm not joking either. Ben Doak's gone up by 6 overall, Jaden Dans is up by 7 overall, and Luis Kumas is up by 7 overall as well. Our front 3 is probably the most deadly in League 2 at the minute. But the stats aren't that impressive if you ask me. 19 and 3 for Jaden Dans, 17 for Kumas, 13 and 10 for Balagizi, and 10 and 1 for Ben Doak. But then again, these are youth players we're talking about, and for youth players, those numbers are actually pretty damn good, so I do take what I just said back. And when you look at the team on the team sheet, everybody's happy, everybody's sharp apart from a couple of players. I think we've done a lot better than I originally thought we would. This is nuts, guys. We've won League 2 without spending a goddamn penny in our first season after completely destroying the side. It's completely official. I've underestimated just how good Liverpool's youth actually are. But we did get knocked out straight away in the FA Cup. And it's the same story pretty much in the Carabao Cup. But even after destroying League 2, we still get grouped in the BSM trophy, man. That just shows you how difficult this competition is to actually win. Another thing as well, guys, with us now being a League 1 side, we've now got 5 million to spend in season 2, but that actually raises more problems than it solves. Because the growth this year has been genuinely one of the best I've ever seen in a single season, guys. Literally every single player has grown by at least 4 overall. So that does beg the question, where in this starting 11 or this entire team pretty much do I actually put this money? Because every single player in this team has proven to me why they belong here. But before we find out what I do, did you guys know I'm in a race with Raman to 100,000 subscribers? This guy right here who wears swimming goggles outside of a swimming pool. I simply can't let him beat me to 100k. So if you are new around here and want to see more content from me, leave this video a big old thumbs up and smash that subscribe button. So here we are, guys, season 2 with this destroyed Liverpool side, and I'm looking through this league, right, and I feel that there's a pretty strong chance we can get back-to-back promotions. And I think the way to do this is to get better keepers than Jaros and also Adrian. Adrian, for example, is 37 years old, 68 overall. He's definitely not going to last much longer, is he? As for Jaros, I personally don't see him growing too much more. Granted, he's only 22 years old, but I feel like getting a better and younger keeper just makes sense if we are serious about back-to-back promotions. So I went ahead and spent 2 million on the dot and recently relegated Rotherham United goalkeeper Victor Johansson. He is 3 years older than Jaros, but he's also a far superior player, and I feel like he definitely can help us get back-to-back promotions. I guess only time will tell, as this is the starting 11 heading into Season 2 in our first and hopefully last season in League 1. Now, I am very aware that our squad depth is basically at the bare minimum, but we won League 2 with the same squad depth, so I don't see us having any issues with League 1 either. Especially with us signing a much stronger keeper in Victor Johansson, man. I feel like we're going to run riot in League 1 and go straight to the Championship. And if player improvement is anything to go off, I feel like we smash League 2 as well, guys. Look at the state of some of the improvements in these players, man. Some of the best I've legitimately ever seen in career mode. And the stats are even better than last year's in a tougher League 2. Jadon Dance with 22 and 2, 15 and 4 for Kumas, 14 for Ben Doak, 13 and 19 for Balagizi as well. What a player he's turning into. But morale is absolutely shocking, as you can clearly see, ladies and gents, man. What the hell's happened here? The players have really improved. Have we had a shocking season despite that? I'm officially confused, guys. We're in the playoffs alongside Reading, Rotherham United and Charlton Athletic. I really don't understand what they're not happy about. To be fair, it could be the fact we didn't get automatic promotion. I personally wanted that myself, but I'll still happily settle for the playoffs. But now it makes sense. We've been knocked out of the playoffs by Charlton Athletic 4-3 on aggregate. I mean, no disrespect when I say this, but how does our team, as good as it is, lose to Charlton Athletic of all teams? I mean, look at the state of it, for goodness sake. Never mind League 1 or the Championship. Some of the players in this team are ready for the Prem now. But it just gets worse, guys. Everton, of all teams, have knocked us out to the FA Cup. But we did have an amazing Carabao Cup run, making it to the quarters this time. And we came so close to winning the BSM trophy. Bloody Blackpool beat us 3-2 in the final. Again, not sure how that's happened considering how good this team's become over the past 2 seasons. But one thing's for certain, I feel like we've got to be quite ruthless in the transfer window in Season 3 if we are serious about going from 3rd in League 1 to gain automatic promotion. And guys, as we start Season 3 with Liverpool, I've stuck to my word and I've been absolutely ruthless in what I've done. I spent 3.7 million on Oliver Son from Silkeborg IF. He's 24 years old, a far better player than our current fullbacks, and I feel like he's got more potential than him now as well. Because whilst it breaks me out to replace Calvin Ramsey, his growth and development has massively stunted him, and it'll take him at least 4 to 6 weeks to improve. And whilst Lucas Stevenson's development plan does look a little bit better than Calvin Ramsey's, he's still not improving at a fast rate either, realistically. Oliver Son, on the other hand, it'll only take him 6 weeks to become a 74 rated player, and I feel like he can go way higher than that too. The question is though, are we going to spend yet another season in League 1, or is the signing of Oliver Son actually going to help us get automatic promotion? Our time in League 1 is done. We are champions of League 1 and we're going to the Championship. And we did it in seriously convincing fashion as well. 111 points. That is absolutely mental. But we got absolutely hammered by Burnley in the FA Cup. And Sunderland knocked us out very early in the Carabao Cup. There ain't no way they've done it twice in a row. Blackpool have won the Bristol Street Motors Trophy, again beating us to do it, man. Blackpool, you need to leave me alone now. I'm sorry, I find it hard to believe that this team lost to Blackpool not once, but goddamn twice in a row, man. That just doesn't make any shred of sense to me. I mean, we've got 6 players who are over 80 rated, for goodness sake. I do not know what more we need to do to beat bloody Blackpool. But ladies and gents, Jadon Dance has arrived. 45 goal contributions in 55 games for a 20-year-old. That is amazing. That's Mbappe numbers. But I've just gone through the squad up and realised Balagizi is missing, and it's because his release clause that I had no idea that he had was activated. 2.1 million. He is worth 22.5 million, guys. We've lost out on so much money there. But the good news is, with us now being a Championship side, we'll have 7 million to spend next season. And the only place I can think of putting that money is a better keeper than Victor Johansson. The question is though, who the hell are we going to get for 7 million better than him? But thankfully, after a ton of searching in Season 4, I have found the keeper that can replace Johansson. Olympic Lyon's Pascal Lorette, who's 23, 75 overall, and we can definitely afford him. And I think he'd be inclined to join us because Lucas Perry is actually Lyon's first choice goalkeeper, and he is far better than Pascal Lorette at the minute. And once we sign him, I'd just send Johansson out on loan for a couple of years just to make sure he plays every single game for us. And there we go, guys. After spending 5 million on Pascal Lorette, he's now officially a Liverpool player. And honestly, with the team looking this good, I swear on my life, if we don't get automatic promotion promotion from the Championship to the Premier League. I'm calling it now. This game is rigged. I'm in genuine disbelief here. How don't we go up automatically with the team we've got? We are granted in the playoffs, but this just isn't good enough for how good the team is. However, this time we don't crash out in the semis. We make it to the playoff final, and we're playing against Preston North End. For goodness sake, guys, look at the state of our team going into this final, man. Preston North End should not stand a goddamn chance. Are we getting Liverpool back to the Prem? Thank God for that. Dans and Kumas with the goals to get the victory. We get promoted via the playoffs. Truth be told, though, I'm a bit salty we didn't get automatic promotion, but I'll take promotion nonetheless. But we might have got promotion, but we had a stinker in the FA Cup, once again getting knocked out by Chelsea. And Brighton knocked us out of the Carabao Cup too. But I've got a feeling our front three are going to tear it up in the Prem, man. Dans, Doak, Kumas, all banging goals and assists in left, right and centre. What a front three we've got right now. And the beauty of getting promoted to the Premier League, guys, we've finally got no more restrictions on our budget. Which means, guys, depending on how much we actually get next year, we can get a new centre-back, a right-back, and sort our midfield duo out. And honestly, if we can sort that out, the Premier League is ours for the taking, man, especially if Arsenal are bloody winning it. Now, guys, we've just arrived in Season 5, and we've officially taken Liverpool all the way from League 2 straight back to the top flight of English football. And with that comes that money as well, 74 million in total. But, guys, that does make me wonder. It's now been 5 years since Liverpool were destroyed and all their best players were released, so I wonder where they're all at now. Well, Virgil van Dijk officially wins the most random team ever. He's playing for Karagumruk SK. Bloody Darwin Núñez is playing for Arsenal. I'm sorry, how the hell have Arsenal won the league with him up top? This one will make you Liverpool fans sit. Mohamed Salah is a Man City player and he's going to retire as one as well. But this is possibly the worst one. Trent Alexander-Arnold is a Manchester United player. Just look at him in the United kit, man. That just doesn't look right to me. And whilst we do need a better right back, unfortunately we don't have the funds to bring him back to Liverpool just yet. Now, in terms of what I'm spending that money on, I have decided this season I'm spending it on a centre-back and a right back. This is because Clark and McConnell's development plan clearly says that these guys have got a lot more left to give Liverpool, so I see no reason to replace them just yet. But I am replacing our right back, which is why I spent 24.9 million on Nottingham Forest Bafode Diakite. He's only 26 years old, but whilst he's not Trent Alexander-Arnold, he's still a very good player, and more importantly, he's got Premier League experience, and that's exactly what we need. And this leaves us 45 million to spend, and I'm feeling like it's time to bring one of the old Liverpool players back home. So I'm going to sign Joe Gomez. He's got a ton of Premier League experience despite playing in Spain right now. He's 30 years old, granted, but he's a very good player and his contract's running out, meaning we'll get a much cheaper deal. And that's exactly what I managed to get, as I spent 24.5 million to bring Joe Gomez back to Liverpool to conclude our transfer window. And let's just call a spade, guys. This team is absolutely phenomenal for a newly promoted side. We should definitely be able to get into Europe this year. The only thing that could stop that happening is we've got a little bit of a squad depth situation. We haven't got much quality aside from what we got in the starting 11, but we can certainly sort that out in the coming seasons. But now that we've signed Bafode Diakite and Joe Gomez to the team, not only have we bolstered the team up, we've added Premier League experience, and I honestly feel like that's going to be the game changer for our first season back in the Prem. But apparently not, guys. We finished 9th in the Prem this year. I know for a newly promoted team that's amazing, but have you seen our team? That's massively underperforming. I mean, granted, we were only 3 points outside the top 6, but we were 10 points outside the top 4, man. We've got to be doing better than this. We also had a stinker in the FA Cup. And Blackpool have come back to haunt me, man. They've knocked us out in round 3 of the Carabao Cup. They are borderline Bayer Leverkusen territory. I swear to God, they're this close. And this time, Ben Dirk was our best player this year. 20 goals, 8 assists in 41 games. Honestly, for a 22-year-old in his first proper season in the Prem, that is incredible. But guys, I think I know what let us down this year, and it's a combination of 2 things. The first one is we lack experience, because as you can see from our highest rated players, there's only a couple actually over the age of 25. And the second one's very simple. We don't have the squad depth to take us to that next level, to be honest. So in Season 6, that's definitely what we've got to work on. The problem is, though, guys, we haven't just been promoted, so the likelihood is our budget will go from here all the way down to here, but I guess we're just going to have to find out and see what happens. But guys, I'm pleasantly surprised. We've got 91 million to spend in our second second year of the Prem, despite, to be honest, guys, not doing too well. Now, I did say last year we didn't do too well because we didn't have Premier League experience and we didn't have depth on the subs bench. And in this season, I'm going to make sure I do my absolute best to fix that. So to get that Premier League experience, I'm bringing back one of the Liverpool OGs, Alisson. Granted, he's 35 years old, but as you can see, he's one of the best keepers in the world. And guys, considering we spent only $9.5 million for a 3-year deal, I think we got an absolute bargain with Alisson. Now we just need a better centre midfielder than Clark, and I know just the player to bring in. I just hope I can afford him, because I want to bring Alexis McAllister back to Liverpool. He's 29 years old, an absolutely amazing player, but he's worth between 82.2 and 65.8 million. And as you guys can see, we've only got 76 million to spend, so we're going to have to be pretty damn good at negotiating. So I'm going to offer Oliver's son alongside 60 million. So that works out at around 77.5 million. Are they going to accept it? No, they want 77 million flat. We may not be able to make this happen. But then again, if we just drop it down to like 68 million, they may go for it. Is it going to happen? No, they want 72.5 million though. We can actually make this work. But I'm not paying 70 odd million. Let's go 69.5 million. Is he going to go for that? There we go. 69.5 million. I think we may have just pulled this off. And there he is, guys, back in the Liverpool shit. This very nearly bankrupted us to make it happen, but I believe he'll be worth every penny. And with the signings of Alisson and McAllister, the starting 11 has literally never looked stronger. And we're slowly getting there with the squad depth situation as well, so we've ticked both boxes from last season. But I'll be honest, guys, if World Cup winner Alexis McAllister and one of the best keepers in the world in Alisson can't get us Champions League football next year, I'm gonna start to worry. But worries averted, guys. Not only have we got Champions League football next year, we were this close to winning the Premier League, man. Bloody Arsenal beat us to it by 2 points. But I'm telling you now, guys, we are going to win this title. It's inevitable at this point. But we can't win the FA Cup, guys, because Newcastle knocked us out. And Everton knocked us out to the Carabao Cup again, man, on penalties. Jesus Christ, how is that even possible with the team we've got? But then again, you look at the stats and they're not amazing, are they? 29-3 for Dan, 17-9 for Ben Doak, 12-7 for Kumas. I mean, they realistically should be doing a lot better considering how good they are. But now the next season we're playing UCL football, not only should our budget go up, but my expectations certainly have. Because I want to be winning trophies next year, man. It's an absolute crime against humanity that a team this good hasn't lifted a single trophy in God knows how long now. But guys, after looking at our budget, I don't think winning trophies is going to be a problem anymore. 220 million to spend in season 7. As for where I'm going to put this money, for the most part at least, I want to leave this starting 11 alone. And I'd like to focus my attention on increasing the quality we've got on the bench. But above all else, guys, I really want to bring back some OG Liverpool players, let the past meet the present and get the best of both worlds. And guys, that's exactly what I've just done by signing Darwin Núñez for 64 million. Granted, he's 30 years old now, but he's 87 overall, and if anything happens to Dan, you better believe Darwin Núñez can step up to the plate. And this leaves us 146 million to spend, and that might just be enough to bring back a player I've been dying to bring back for years now. And you might have guessed I was talking about Trent Alexander-Arnold. We've got to get him out of that Manchester United shirt and put him back into a Liverpool one. And guys, for £91.2 million, we've just made that happen. And guys, not only does the starting 11 look even better with the addition of Alexander-Arnold, but that subs bench now, the quality there is absolutely phenomenal. I think we're in for our most successful season yet, because Trent Alexander-Arnold and Darwin Núñez are the real deal and can perform on the biggest of stages. And they'll have the chance to prove it because we are back in the Champions League with Liverpool for the first time in 7 years. We're in Group E alongside Dortmund, Feyenoord and Brøndby IF. And realistically, guys, it should be ourselves and Dortmund absolutely smoking this group. But I'd be lying if I said we were off to a good start, because we played 3 games and already lost 2 of them, for God's sake. We're a title contender. We need to be winning every single game, not bloody losing them. But I've done all I can as a manager to improve Liverpool to become the best team in the world. The question is, can these boys pull it off? Well, so far it's not looking so good. We've lost the title to the Bottle Jobs by 4 points. I do not want to live on a planet where the Bottle Jobs are the best team in England. And to top it off, Arsenal knock us out to the FA Cup. And they've knocked us out to the Carabao Cup too. Bloody hell, they're really bullying us at the minute, aren't they? Thankfully, they weren't in our group stages. I'm pretty sure they'd have knocked us out to this, but we do finish second and we proceed to the knockouts, where we've absolutely smashed Marseille 6-1. We've also smashed Juve 4-1. And we smashed Man City 3-1. We're playing PSG in the Champions League final. And I'm not surprised PSG are in the final, man. They're legit the final boss of career mode. Look at that team. That is disgusting from PSG. But then you look at our players in the stats, and I'd say we're quite evenly matched. McAllister, Ben Doak, Kumas, and also Jaden Dams. What a season he's had, by the way. But we've got an issue. Trent Alexander-Arnold is suspended for the UCL final. I'm not going to lie, that is a massive blow for us. I mean, we can use Bafodi Diakite, but let's be real, guys. Trent is levels above him. But even with Diakite in the team and Alisson, who's gone down to 84 overall, I've literally just this second noticed that the team itself is world class. And honestly, even with Alisson and Diakite in the team, we stand a good chance of beating PSG. The question is, though, guys, can we pull it off? 7 long years have built up to this point, from destroying Liverpool to potentially making them the best team in the world. Can we pull it off?
Nope.
No, we can't. We get destroyed in the final by PSG. I know that Alisson's not the player he used to be, and Diakite is not Trent Alexander-Arnold, but come on, 3-1, really? This means for yet another year in a row, this team has somehow gone trophyless, man. How the hell is that even possible with a team this goddamn good? I mean, if the bottle jobs are beating us to win the Premier League, we've literally got no hope, man. We've got to regroup next year and figure out what the hell is going wrong. Well, guys, we're now into our 8th year in charge of Liverpool. We've regrouped, and I know exactly where we went wrong last year. For starters, we didn't even consider our goalkeeper, Alisson. Last year he was 36 and dwindling in overall. I personally thought he'd have lasted just a little bit longer, but now he's retiring, so we definitely need to get a better keeper. And we've got the same problem with our centre-back, Joe Gomez. Granted, he's a very good centre-back, but he's 33 years old now, and I feel like this time we've got to get ahead of the curve. I fully believe once we sort these positions out, and maybe even add a bit of additional quality to our bench, we'll be well on our way to becoming the best team in the world. And guys, I wasted no time in replacing Alisson with one of the best goalkeepers in the world right now, Mike Magnan, and we spent 10 million to do it. Now, granted, he's not much younger than Alisson, but he is far superior to Alisson, and for only 10 million, we really can't complain, can we? This leaves 277 million to further improve the team, and don't worry, guys, I already know exactly who I'm spending this money on. I'm signing Ibrahima Konate from the Hammers. He's 6'4", 31 years old, an absolutely amazing centre-back and just what we need. And I'm also going to bring Curtis Jones back as well to add a little bit of depth to our subs bench. And just like that, our transfer window is done, as we just spent 98.8 million on both of these players. But business elsewhere is just about to begin, as we have been put into Group H in the UCL alongside Inter, Sporting and Shakhtar Donetsk, and let's be honest, guys, we should smoke this group. But yet again, we're off to a shocking start in the Prem. 3 games played, and we've once again lost 2 of them already. But then again, the reigning champion Spurs have, so we might actually stand a chance of winning the Prem. All I know is I have literally done all I can this year, man. The weaknesses have been strengthened. We've got quality literally everywhere. It's just up to these boys now to perform on the pitch and win us some goddamn trophies. Guys, I give up trying at this point. We are once again second in the Prem for the 2nd season in a row, this time 9 points behind the league leaders, Man City. If it's into the bottle jobs, it's bloody Manchester City. But we finally got our hands on the FA Cup. We beat West Ham to do it. We've finally got our hands on a trophy. It's been so long since we've won one. And we've won the Carabao Cup as well. We've beaten the Gunners to do it. That's trophy number 2 in Season 8. And it could very well lead to the treble as we top our group with flying colours. And we went on to just about beat Juve. And we've just about beaten Barca as well. And we've absolutely annihilated Chelsea. And we're playing AC Milan in the UCL final. Ladies and gents, we will never have a better chance of winning the UCL than right now. I mean, no disrespect at all. That is a very good team. Do not get it twisted. But ours is absolute levels above that. I mean, look at our stats this year, man. Kumas, Dans, Ben Doak, all 3 of them getting at least 20 goals this year. And this time going into the UCL final, we've got our strongest starting 11 out. No injuries, no suspensions. We are ready to go. We've been trying to do this for 8 years now, guys. We made the final last year and PSG annihilated us. What is the score going to be this time? Are we finally the best team in the world? Yes, we are. Ben Doak and Kumas, we have actually done it, guys. 8 years in total it took, but we finally made Liverpool go from rock bottom to the best team in the world. We literally started with a destroyed Liverpool team. None of their best players were there anymore. We built them up. We brought them all the way back to the Prem to winning the Champions League, mixing the past with present and gain the best of both. But that is our mission accomplished with Liverpool. If you did enjoy this video though, leave a like, smash that subscribe button, help me beat Rahman to 100,000 subscribers. And if you enjoy me doing this with Liverpool, then you should click right here to watch me do this with Manchester City.